Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams that rank in the top 10 in rush yards will be in action today, so you can bet this game could have an old-school feel. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Falcons.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the Atlanta Falcons. Little motion now from the tight end. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Throwing now is Mahomes. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Whitney Merciless. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. First down, Winston. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. First carry for Leonard Fournette. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
So we have to remember, this offensive unit, they've been off for the last 2 weeks. Had an open week, and so it might take them a little while to get back into rhythm. I know they worked hard to try and get past that in practice, but practice isn't game speed.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. With it is Brown. broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. This is Coleman. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On play action, it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Coleman now. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They go play action here on first down. Airing this one out for Evans. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
On second down, here's Fournette. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Jameis to throw it. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Fournette, a first down carry. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit him over the top. Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. 7 yards remaining here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. They'll toss it to Fournette. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing, Winston. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter, and they've got it here with a first down. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. So the offense starts that reverse. Looks like all the action, it's going that way. Then the reverse, and it was like the Red Sea parted.
Did your eyes go to the same place mine did?
Yes,
all
did. All there.
Yep. The action was going. And then we had to reverse course, too, just as the runner did, and come back the other way. He was wide open after that play.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster. throwing on first down is Mahomes. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down after a good gain. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Here's Coleman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he's got his man on the out route. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And he's got some space here. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Kevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
To throw is Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on and it's 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. The pitch to Fournette. And some room to roam now. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. Fournette on the toss to the right. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Here's Brian Anger now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it, because then you will repeat it. And that's what you don't want to do.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's got room. Finding room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Detroit. Detroit. No. Check. Patriot. Gone.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And that'll set them back 5. So now 1st and 15.
No. Check. Patriot. Set. Detroit. Watch him now, Barney.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And some Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Now let's go.
Mahomes now to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! No.
Here comes the D swarming to the line.
Over! Leopard!
Coleman. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. In position for the possible game winner, but they need to get up and spike it. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And Zerline's kick is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team, We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The left side throw complete to Adams. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Winston. And that'll be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Now it's a bootleg with Winston.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. To throw, Winston. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Brown. A great return there of 22 yards. Now the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney. Detroit! Detroit!
On second down, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Well, this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They go play fake. Mahomes. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On play action, Winston. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. On 1st and 10, Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Room here to run. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And the defense definitely showing blitz here. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for...
The ball comes out. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Let's go! Blue 90!
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Here we go on 1st and 15. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run it with Coleman. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Caught by Allen. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran, trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, Deion Jones and pick sixes, they're going together like peas and carrots. Oh, boy. He had 2 of those, though, as a rookie last year.
And I know part of the reason is his speed. He's one of the fastest linebackers that you're going to find in the NFL. But another part is he's not very tall. Sometimes he gets lost in coverage. When a quarterback's looking downfield, he just doesn't see him, and he ends up making big plays.
One of those pick sixes last year, 90-yard return against Drew Brees in his hometown of New Orleans. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to... And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Fournette on the counter. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Back near his own goal line, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
All right, here we go. 3-19. Detroit.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Mahomes going to throw. Flush to his right. Coleman has it here right side. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And now a 1st down following that long gain.
Now let's go.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. On play action, they'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hurry up, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Set! Green, 39! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a handoff looking right. And some room to work. Pass the... And now off to the races. Down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 2nd down, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
All right, here we go.
Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
I got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Yeah, but
that's
the
about
virtual
it.
guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Keenan Allen, 76 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And they're not able to complete it. Now just 6 seconds remain. Time for one, maybe two more plays. And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Mahomes going to throw it here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL.